What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Tapes, CDs, and vinyl this time. And I'm going to be running down a handful of releases that have come out in 2018 that I really love and enjoy a lot. Like I said previously, I should have had this video done sometime last month, but life got in the way. Had a lot of shit going on business and work-wise, but we're finally going to get this video done and out of the way here. Yeah, I got a lot to run through here, and I'll get through this as quickly as I can. Some releases that I've talked about previously, and a lot of which you will hear me talk about for the first time. But anyway, what we are listening to in the background, my current 2018 album of the year, Blood Oracle by Morgan Grau. Absolutely high-level, high-class Texas death metal. Really love this thing. Okay, we're going to start out with tapes first, and this first tape here is probably one of the best demos to have come out this year, and this is such a fucking good time here. Yeah, this is BLASPHAMAGOATACHRIST with Black Metal Warfare. Yeah, 2018 co-release through Nuclear War Now and Ross Bay Cult, and yeah. This EP, this demo is exactly what you think it is. Over-the-top war metal sounding Black Death stuff, featuring members of Blasphemy, Goat Penis, Antichrist. Very killer stuff. Very fast-paced, quick-witted sort of stuff here. Tyrannic Empire, the title track. They even have a song called BLASPHAMAGOATACHRIST, which is sick. Ravens soaring over Ross Bay. Absolutely killer Black Death demo. But anyway, love this goat on the artwork here. Very killer stuff here. You have the credits, more song titles, the band members in question, Black Pro tape. This keeps selling out very fast. I was lucky enough to get a copy through Calligraphy. But yeah, BLASPHAMAGOATACHRIST, Black Metal Warfare, absolutely killer demo from this year. I talked about this EP earlier in 2018, but I still think this is easily one of the best examples of how to merge black metal with power electronics. This is Subduer with Death Monolith. Yeah, Dunkelheit Productions release. It's only 4 tracks long, but you really get a great idea of what Subduer will be planning to do for the future. The title track, Execution Ritual. Just some seriously killer songwriting going on here. I love the vocals. I love the loudness. I just love how everything merges and blends together perfectly, from the riffs to the vocals to the drums to the power electronics. It all absolutely makes a difference here. Real quick, I'll show you the J card here. Love this artwork. Track listing on here. Band members in question. And another Black Pro tape. Program repeats on both sides. Very killer release, and I'm excited to hear what Subduer decide to do next. But yeah, Death Monolith by Subduer, check this one out. Now we got a couple of tape full lengths, and this first one is easily one of the best grindcore death metal releases. Whichever one you want to decide, there's definitely room for this album in both of those sorts of genres. Yeah, this is Bone Sickness with Theater of Morbidity. Yeah, 2018 self-release, and these guys are based out of Washington, and many years ago this band put out a full-length entitled Alone in the Grave. I believe 20 Bucks Spin put that out, and all these years later we have a brand new Bone Sickness record. And definitely, if you are into the classic era of death metal and grindcore, like if you like Repulsion or Impetigo, you're gonna find something great to enjoy with Bone Sickness. This was originally put out as a self-release of 100 tapes, and I hope that this album will see physical formats in other ways, shapes, and forms, because this is an album that definitely needs to be heard. From the lyrics, to the vocals, to the riffs, to the spastic drumming, everything just feels like a genuine, authentic death metal and grindcore merging, and it's just so badass to listen to. But anyway, real quick, you have the very badass artwork here, one-sided J card, credits and tracks, whatever. Black Pro tape. was listening to side B as we were talking, as I was getting ready to film this tape, this video. But yeah, really, really killer death metal grindcore. Theater of Morbidity by Bone Sickness. Go check this one out. And the last tape I'm going to show you here is of a 2018 release from a very, very awesome death metal band to come out of Tennessee. This is Active Impalement with Perdition Cult. Yeah, put out through the reliable Caligari Records, and this is a band that's been putting out material for many, many years. But this is their official debut full length, and if you're into really loud, heavily toned sort of death metal, I mean, I could see if you maybe like Entombed or Bolt Thrower, you're going to find something to enjoy here with this particular death metal release. But I think there's enough originality from this band to make it stand out on its own. And I think this is a very, very awesome release. It's only like 27 minutes long, but you get the absolute maximum and most out of this release. Listening to songs like Smoldering Out of Existence, Disembowelment Rituals of Moloch, As Their Temples Burn, Pax Romana, just some seriously killer songs to be heard on this release. And I'm very, very excited to hear what Active Impalement do next. The tape version was put out through Caligari Records, and they also did the vinyl version. Unspeakable Acts did the CD version of this, which is very, very cool as well. But anyway, you have this really badass artwork here. Pro J card, you have the band member photo in question. Some artwork here. Some lyrics. Really, really killer stuff here. And black pro tape. Very high quality as per usual through Caligari. But yeah, Active Impalement are the real deal, and I definitely would recommend anybody check this one out. But yeah, Perdition Cult by Active Impalement, go check that out. Next we got a small stack of CDs here, and this first CD I'm going to show you is of a death metal release from 2018 that I really think more people need to be listening to and paying attention to. Yeah, this is Construct of LETHE with Exiler. Yeah. 2018 release through Everlasting Spew, and Everlasting Spew has been on a roll putting out some top quality death metal releases, and this one is no different here. These guys are based out of Virginia, and they play this really dark, suffocating, dissonant sort of style of death metal, from the guitar riffs to the vocals to the lyrics. It's just very dark and twisted sounding stuff. I believe Kevin Paradis does the drums on this album, and he does a tremendous job on the drums here. I believe he also played on the new Autocrater album this year, if memory serves me right. Really, really killer stuff through and through, and yeah, very, very awesome album cover art here. Definitely one of the more classy pieces of art to grace a death metal release this year. I believe this is like 1800s style artwork here. Yeah, 1800s era artwork. Very, very killer stuff. But yeah, definitely check out Construct of LETHE, Exiler. Very, very killer stuff. One of the best black death metal releases to come out this year from Invictus Productions with the new Demonomancy, Poisoned Atonement. Very, very killer black death metal to come out of Italy. These guys are long-standing veterans of making music, putting out great material, and this full-length album is no different. This is incredibly immersive stuff. Demonomancy know how to create and craft full-length albums that are very dark, dissonant, and chaotic. And this album is no different. Fiery Herald Unbound, The Day of the Lord, The Last Hymn to Eschaton is another crazy track off of this one. But yeah, Demonomancy are absolutely killer, and this is another killer full-length album in their discography, and overall great body of work. But yeah, Poison Atonement by Demonomancy, check this one out. By the way, I'm sorry if I seem if I'm trying to rush things here. I don't want this video to run on too long, but I'm going to try my best to get as much as I can done here. Continuing on with the death metal releases, we have one of the best full-lengths to come out from Dark Descent in 2018. And I'm of course talking about the new Ritual Necromancy album, Disinterred Horror. Yeah. 2018 Dark Descent release. These guys are based out of Portland, Oregon, and this is their first full-length album in a very, very long time. And I honestly think this was well worth the lengthy 6-7+ year wait this band had delivered a full-length album. Really killer stuff. To Raise the Writhing Shadows, the title track, Discarnate Machination, just some seriously evil, scary sounding death metal. And that's what a band like Ritual Necromancy know how to do. In the 5 tracks that are on this album, it is just absolutely stunning. Not to mention one of the best album covers you'll see all year long. Very beautiful artwork piece done here. Very awesome job done here with this Ritual Necromancy album. Definitely go check this one out. And the last bit of the CDs is probably my favorite, one of my favorite heavy metal releases to come out this year. And what better way to celebrate heavy metal than with one of the greatest of all time. And I, of course, am referring to Judas Priest with Firepower. Yeah, 2018 Epic Records. This is, without question, in my humble opinion, the best modern era Judas Priest album in a very long time. I mean, Judas Priest always delivered great music, and Judas Priest have been continuing putting out stuff consistently for quite a while now, but this is probably the most inspired, the most genuine, the most from the heart release Judas Priest has done in quite some time. I mean, songs like Firepower, Evil Never Dies, Necromancer, Flamethrower, Traitor's Gate. This is a very lengthy album, but you can appreciate everything that flies by here in such detailed fashion. The guitar playing is great, the drumming is awesome, very well produced, probably some of the best Rob Halford vocals I've heard in a very long time. I think he still has some left in the tank, but yeah, Firepower is phenomenal. Absolutely a pure fire heavy metal release. And I got a big stack of vinyl here to show you here. And these first 2 records are of 20 Buck Spin artists. 20 Buck Spin has been putting out some top quality metal this year. In addition to what I'm about to talk to you about, you also have releases from bands like Extremity, Chemist, Mournful Congregation. I believe Scorched are putting out something new this year. But yeah, 2 death metal releases that I have here from 20 Buck Spin that really stand out to me a lot right now. One of them being Ghastly with Death Valor. Yeah. This is their second full-length 20 Buck Spin release. These guys are based out of Finland, and there's a lot of depth, detail, and originality in their sound. Really killer sounding death metal. I love the fact that this band has such lengthy tracks to offer here, with Whispers Through the Aether, Violence for the Hell of It, Scarlet Woman, the 9-minute track that's on here. Very killer stuff. And definitely one of the more original sounding death metal releases to come in 2018. Very killer stuff. Love this detailed artwork. Back cover here with band members and track listings. Lyric sheet with some more artwork pieces. Band member photos and credits. Standard black vinyl here. Love the old school sort of styling on the center label here. Very killer stuff. Very good quality as to be expected. But yeah, Ghastly put out a very original piece of death metal in 2018, and I think Death Valor definitely needs to be listened to. Keeping up with 20 Buck Spin death metal, we have this one right here. Tomb Mold, Manner of Infinite Forms. Yeah, very late to the Tomb Mold party here, but better late than never, I say. Very crazy death metal to come out of Canada. I love this band's emphasis on lyrics and fantasy-driven details. Really rowdy and over-the-top sounding stuff. The title track, Abyss Walker, Two Worlds Become One. Some of my favorite highlights from this particular album. Very cool stuff. Here's a front cover here. Love this artwork here. Very detailed. Back cover here. Very nice. You have a printed sheet with lyrics. An additional artwork here. Very beautiful looking stuff. I know there were also colored vinyl variants of this particular record, but I got what was easily available at the time. And the standard black vinyl. More old school center style labelings here. Very nicely done here. But yeah, I am on the Tomb Mold hype train. I think this band definitely deserves to be listened to and played at loud maximum volume. Manner of Infinite Forms by Tomb Mold. Check this one out. One of the best grindcore releases to come out in 2018. Here we have Wake with Misery Rites. Yeah, This is their second full-length album. This was released on Translation Lost Records. And this is some absolutely top-quality grindcore. These guys are long-standing veterans, and they know exactly what they're doing. This is their second full-length album, and it only gets crazier and better from here. I love the riffs. I love the crustiness of this music. I love the vocals. I love the franticness and chaoticness of things. This is just genuinely good grindcore. Exhumation, Embers, Paradigm Lost, Bitter Winter, just some seriously killer songwriting and lyrics to be heard on this thing. Really, really good stuff. But anyway, here's the front cover. Love this artwork here. Very, very badass. Back cover here. More very, very detailed and gorgeous artwork. Yeah. Lyric sheet with lyrics and stuff. Very, very badass. And this is limited to 300 copies, and I got the limited variant with this very nice black inside clear with white splatter, 45 RPM. Very, very high quality stuff here. But yeah, if you're into crusty sort of grindcore, Wake are the band to be playing and listening to and checking out. But yeah, Misery Rites by Wake. Go check this one out. From one of my favorite grindcore releases to one of my favorite metalcore releases of this year, and this is the real deal to me. Vein, Arizona, Closed Casket Activities. This is their debut full length. I believe these guys are based out of Massachusetts, and this band plays very much throwback hard metalcore, very much influenced by nu metal, old school hardcore, metalcore. I mean, if you were to have released this album back in the beginning of the 2000s, you probably wouldn't have known that this was a 2018 release. I mean, this is such genuinely good stuff. A lot of inspirations to be heard throughout this thing. Vibrance is one of my favorite songs of this year. Old Data and a Dead Machine, Broken Glass Complexion, Quitting Infinity. You got some really, really top-notch songs on this thing. Really had an awesome time listening to this thing. I love this album cover art here. Very crazy eye surgery being done here. Back cover with track listings. Futuristic looking gatefold here. Comes with a printed inner sleeve with the band members in question. Lyrics and stuff. And this is the second press, because the first press on vinyl sold out very fast. But I was lucky enough to get this translucent green with white splatter. Absolutely gorgeous. Sounds phenomenal. Plays phenomenal. Definitely a real deal band to be paying attention to here. But yeah, classic metalcore sounding stuff with Vein and Arizona. Really, really killerish album. Next up we have a full length from probably one of the best Greek bands to have ever existed. This is Embrace of Thorns with Scorn Aesthetics. Yeah. 2018 release through Iron Bonehead Productions, and this is the follow-up to probably one of the best full-length Embrace of Thorns that I've ever done with Darkness Impenetrable. But I think that this band takes things a great step further and creates more really incredible black metal, death metal sort of influences going on here. The Wanderer and his shadow, stoking the fire of resentment, in our image, after our likeness. Just some very, very genuine music being made here. I love the riffs. I love the vocals. I just love how well paced this album is. If you're into Hellenic black metal or death metal, Embrace of Thorns are the band to be paying attention to and supporting. And this won't be the last time I talk about Embrace of Thorns on here, so keep your eyes peeled for something very cool coming up soon. But anyway, here's the front cover. Love this beautiful abstract artwork here. Back cover, track listings, Embrace of Thorns art here. Very cool gatefold here with some Greek lettering, some credits and information. Very, very cool stuff. Comes with a printed lyric sheet. If I can just grab that out real quick. Yeah, you got some additional artwork here. Very, very cool. Lyrics and stuff. There was a die-hard version that had a patch and a colored vinyl. But I got what was, Comes on a standard black vinyl. Love the center labels here. Very, very nicely done. But yeah, Embrace of Thorns are one of the most consistent bands to ever come out of Greece, and anytime this band puts out material, it is always, always phenomenal. But yeah, Scorn Aesthetics by Embrace of Thorns, check this one out. Got a pair of black metal debuts to go through here, these next two, and we head to New York for this one. This is Spite with Anti-Mashiach. Yeah. This is the debut album from this band. I believe they are it is a one-person project based out of New York. Salpsan plays and does everything, does the vocals, the guitars, the bass, lyrics, and drums or whatever. This is the vinyl version. I believe this is a co-release between Invictus Productions and Iron Bonehead. Stygian Blackhand put out the CD and tape, if memory serves me right. But yeah, killer black metal, genuine from the heart to the roots. The lyrics, the vocals, the musicianship, everything about Anti-Mashiach still holds up very well to this day. The Devil's Minion, Vision of the Merkabah, Second Death, the title track is fantastic. This is just some seriously killer black metal, and definitely if you are into genuine US black metal, Spite is the real deal. This gatefold is very, very weird. I don't know if this was how it was intended to be made, but it just feels very off. But anyway, I'll explain how I can here. There you have this front, this what I believe is the front here. On this back here, you have this artwork here. The way that it's laid out, it feels like I'm holding this upside down, because there you have the ceiling of the gatefold, you have the opening of it, but yet it was presented to me like this. Artwork on the back here. If anybody owns this, it can tell me that I'm not the only one that has this issue. Definitely let me know. But anyway, you have lyrics, uncoated stock here, I should mention. There you have the band in question here. Very, very killer stuff. I'm grateful to have it. I'm not complaining. This is just something I noticed about this gatefold. But heavy black vinyl. Side A, side B here. Very, very killer stuff. But yeah, Spite, Anti-Mashiach, one of the best black metal debuts to come out this year. Very, very excited for what comes next from Spite. Really, really killer stuff. Anti-Mashiach, go support this one. We have another black metal debut that absolutely needs to be paid attention to and listened to. This is VILKACIS with Beyond the Mortal Gate. Yeah, 2018 release through Psychic Violence Records, and this is a another black metal one-person project from the very reliable Mike Rekovics, whom you may know for his work in bands such as Vord, Yellow Eyes, Fell Voices, just a very, very top of the food chain level of black metal. And I mean, everything about this album feels triumphant, gallant. Hearing tracks like Defiance, Spiritual Retribution, Boundless Spell of Realization, this is some seriously top-notch work here. Everything feels natural, everything flows smoothly. The guitar playing, the drum work, the bass. I love Mike's vocals throughout this entire record. The lyrics are very awesome to read too. This is definitely a genuine piece of US black metal, and definitely one of the best debuts to have come out this year. But anyway, here's the front cover. Love the border on this. Love this artwork here. Back cover. Track listings. Psychic Violence Records. You have a printed lyrics sheet. There you have the man in question himself. Lyrics for the tracks. Another badass piece of artwork here. Love this thing with the torches and the key. Very, very killer stuff. And this was released on 2 different variants. I believe this is on a smoke-colored vinyl, and I just happen to get the standard black vinyl. You have good classic center labels. There you have the artwork on this side. Very, very killer stuff. Interesting to note that this was all done and manufactured in the US. I believe this label also manufactures their own records, which is another plus for this band. But yeah, VILKACIS, Beyond the Mortal Gate, absolutely amazing, amazing US black metal. Definitely buy this, listen to this, pay attention to this. This is worth your time, I promise you. And I saved the best for last here. And this is easily another one of my favorites of this year. This is in my top 10 for sure. I happened to luck out and get this record locally, but honestly, ever since I first heard the track, the title track of this album, it only amped up my anticipation and excitement to hear what was going to happen next. I bought the album, I listened to it, and I haven't stopped listening to it since. This is Immortal with Northern Chaos Gods. Yeah. 2018 release through Nuclear Blast Records, and this is pretty much the first Immortal album to not have Abath. There had been a lot of things going on prior to this release that had been going on, because of course this is the follow-up to All Shall Fall, and there had been a lot of things that had gone on since then. Abath went on to form his solo band. Demonaz has the rights to the Immortal name. There was an announcement that there was going to be a new Immortal full-length. It was just going to be Horg and Demonaz with some additional stuff from Peter Tatgren on bass. There was a lot of ideas going around as to how things were going to work out. Like, many people were skeptical because how can you have an Immortal album without Abath? But then you hear Northern Chaos Gods, and it sounds like fucking old Immortal, going back to Blizzard Beasts, Pure Holocaust, even at the heart of winter. That amped up my anticipation that much more. Then I listened to this full length, and oh my god, it is a fucking incredible listen. Into Battle Ride, Grim and Dark, Blacker of Worlds, Mighty Raven Dark. This is an Immortal album doing what an Immortal album knows how to do. Be dark, be cold, be grim, be fantasy driven. It's just so awesome. I love that Demonaz has some great guitar playing and riffs going on here. The drum work is phenomenal. Everything sounds natural. The bass work sounds warm and crisp. The music is awesome. The lyrics are awesome. Immortal are fucking back. But anyway, here's the front cover. Love this artwork here. Kind of wish they had the old Immortal logo album out to round things out nicely. Back cover, track listings. Gatefold with lyrics and credits. Very, very badass. You have a printed inner sleeve. There you see Horg on this side, Demonaz on this side. And I got the copy that is limited to 500 copies, and it is on a white with black splatter. Very, very good quality, as I was hoping things would be. Very, very killer album. But yeah, if you had hesitations about the new Immortal album, you honestly shouldn't have any hesitations at all. Northern Chaos Gods is a fucking masterwork, and definitely one of the best full lengths of 2018 in my humble opinion. And with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. Please let me know what your favorite releases of 2018 have been so far. I know that there's still more to come out this year. Still a lot of work to be done, but I can assure you that this is just some of what my favorite material of this year has been so far. Let me know what you think. I'll leave you some links to some of the bands I talked to you about here, and we can go from here. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Ho out.